You are tapped in with Caden. Last night, we witnessed the highly anticipated rematch between Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. Before I dive into this video, I want to give a salute to all of my viewers who picked Oleksandr Usyk and some who I had a respectful discussion with in the comment section about this fight. Great fight. I'll give you my take after this. But Tyson Fury left the ring because he was upset and he felt like he was robbed. And he wasn't the only one. There were other people who felt like he was robbed. And before I jump in and give you my overview of the fight, we're going to listen to the takes that some of the people who were present and some of the biggest names in sports gave about the fight between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. The first thing we're going to do is listen to what Tyson Fury said himself. Now, Hub TV, subscribe to Fight Hub TV. Listen to what Tyson Fury said.
First of all, congratulations on a great fight. You know, the last round, was you confident that you were ahead?
Yeah, I was quite confident. I thought I won that fight again. I think I've got Larry Holmes here. I thought I've won both fights. But then again, I've gone home with 2 losses on my record now, so there's not much I can do about it. I can just fight my heart out and do the best I can. But again, I'll always believe until the day I die, I won that fight.
Did you feel that, like, you know, this time you had more on the back foot? You're a bit
aggressive on the back foot. I was on the front foot all night, landing body and head. Listen, sometimes it's hard to score.
Keep quiet at the back, please. Show some respect.
Come on, guys!
Actually, a lot, but you can't change no decision. Same score. Frank had me 3 or 4 rounds up. A lot of people had me at least 2. I just don't know. Listen, it is what it is. I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. It's happened now. I know boxing, been in it all my life. You can't change no decisions. But I'll just always feel a little bit hard done by. Not a little bit, actually a lot. But
we'll leave it there. Fury believes he won by at least 3 to 2 rounds, and he says he feels hard done by. Now we're going to listen to what other people had to say who witnessed the fight. And the next person we're going to listen to is Frank Warren. And Frank Warren clearly has a bias because he promotes Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury is his fighter. But you don't want to discredit someone just because they work with a fighter. Sometimes people will be honest. Let's listen to what Frank Warren had to say.
I am here with Frank Warren ringside, and Frank's still doing it. Scorecard right now. As we see, Frank, I just want your immediate reaction because Tyson had the same scorecard and actually left the ring because of it.
Yeah, well, I showed it to him. I'm dumbfounded. They gave him 4 rounds out of 12 rounds, which is impossible. I mean, I've been around a long time, and I know I'm biased, but one judge didn't give him any round from round 6 onwards. Not 1 round, look. How can that be? That's impossible. And the same with the other judge here. They give him 1 round at the last 6. And the same here with this guy. It's crazy. You know, and I'm calm and collected. I'm not screaming and shouting. That is a nonsense. Everybody along that front row there, including, and their faces were long as kites, the management of Usyk, and everybody along the front had him winning. Oscar De La Hoya and I had him winning by 3-4 rounds. We're sitting there, and that's Oscar, and he's a neutral.
I can definitely concur that the scorecards here in front of me do have very similar scorecards, and as Frank just alluded to, there is no scoring in terms of the second half.
4 rounds.
Each of them have given them 4 rounds. It seemed like it was unanimous.
All right. Now, I just want to clear something up. I'm not going to show you the footage, but you can look it up yourself. Oscar De La Hoya actually said he thought that Usyk won, and he thought that Tyson Fury gave the fight away in the second half. So I think what Frank Warren is referring to when he said that Oscar De La Hoya had Tyson Fury up, he did the first half of the fight. But the second half of the fight, Oscar De La Hoya stated when he was asked how he scored it, he thought that Usyk pulled it out. So I just want to add that because I'm not going to show Oscar's interview. Now, this is what Eddie Hearn had to say about the fight and how he saw it.
Losing a decision. Eddie, did you feel the right man won tonight?
I couldn't split it, Marcos, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm. You tell me. I'm thinking that most people thought Usyk won the fight. Is the reaction I see?
Yeah.
Yeah. but I found it very difficult to split them. I thought both men were fantastic. It wasn't an enthralling fight this time, but it was a very technical fight, smart fight by both. You know, I think Fury showed that he's still an elite heavyweight, but I guess, you know, maybe watching back, I thought there's a lot of close rounds. There was a lot of people on our rail sitting next to Oscar. I think he felt Tyson edged it. Frank thought Tyson edged it. Obviously, Bob thought, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like most people saw it that way. At least we had 3 scorecards that were, you know,
Unanimous this time?
Yeah, I'm not sure about the AI judge. I think we've got to get rid of it.
Wait, what did you?
118, 112 to Usyk.
Yeah, the AI judge had it 118, 112 to Usyk, which is crazy. But I'm not even going to entertain the AI judge. Like, you know, it's an experiment, and the experiment needs a little bit more work. But now we're going to listen to someone else give their take on the fight, and we'll discuss it. Yeah, Prince Naseem Hamed. Let's listen to what Prince Naseem Hamed had to say.
It's going to play out.
No, not really. To be honest, I was a little bit disappointed with that. The way they judged that, to me, it was a little bit too wide. I personally thought it was a lot closer than that. I wouldn't have given it the way they give it Usyk. I just thought he did really, really well. Tyson, he did way better than the first time. So that deserved to be 1-1, and we should have a trilogy on our hands. So I'm a bit upset for Tyson. I'm a bit upset, obviously, for all of his fans, his family.
All right, and this video appears courtesy of Boxing King Media. Subscribe to Boxing King Media for some great interviews like this one. But you heard what Prince Naseem Hamed said. He felt like the scorecards were too wide. He felt like Fury pulled it off and that we should be looking at a trilogy. We're going to listen to a few more takes, and then I'll give you my point of view on how I saw the fight. We're going to listen to what Turkey Alik had to say right now about the fight. Let's listen.
Oleksandr Usyk victorious here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
Again, what did you make of it?
Yeah, I think he win. I counted. He had 4 rounds more. A lot
of us expected Tyson maybe with the more weight to go in there and try and stop him.
Do everything, doing amazing fight, but this is the boxing. There is one winner and there is loser. But next, I want
and there you have it. Turkey Alik says that he thought Usyk won the fight by 4 rounds, which is on par with how the judges saw the fight. That's one thing I agree with Eddie Hearn on. You can't argue when all the judges see it the same way, although they didn't score every single round the same way, which tells you there were some swing rounds. But at the end of the day, they came to the same conclusion, and you have to respect that. I mean, you don't have to respect it, but I think it feels better when the judges are aligned compared to the wide scorecard you see when it's like 118, 112, 115, 113, 114, 114. When you see that, you know, you're kind of like, oh man, this is all over the place. But they were in unison, which is, you know, for some people, it eases worry. Now, we're going to take a listen to what Michael Buffer had to say. And to me, Michael Buffer is an objective observer because all he does is announce. Like, Michael Buffer doesn't make his money off of based on who wins or who loses. Michael Buffer doesn't care because he knows he's going to be at the big event anyway. He's going to be at the next big event. And Michael Buffer, a perk of being Michael Buffer is you get paid to go to all the big fights. Like, you're just as important. You're a symbol of the big fight as the big fight itself. And Michael Buffer is an objective observer, and we're going to listen to what Michael Buffer had to say about the fight. And this video appears courtesy of Box Nation. Subscribe to Box Nation.
What did you make of the scorecards there? 116, 112, and all of them?
They all had the same score. There were some variances on different rounds, but I thought it was a closer fight. I mean, it might even go on either way, you know, but what can I say?
What did you make of Tyson's performance this time? A heavier Tyson Fury. What did you actually make of his performance this time out?
I thought he was more active with his jab, and he probably, you know, in hindsight, he probably should have tried a little more of he has a good 1-2, one pop up, you know, and You know, he used his size and reach and everything. Usyk is like a machine, though. He's just got a big battery that never stops.
Do you think he's unbeatable, Oleksandr Usyk, in this era? Do you think he's unbeatable in this era, Usyk?
No, nobody's unbeatable. Nobody's unbeatable. Muhammad Ali in his prime isn't here today. So,
Just lastly, Michael.
Yeah, and you heard what Michael Buffer had to say. He said he thought the fight was closer than the scorecards indicated. And I end with Michael Buffer because I agree. I scored the fight 114-114, a draw. Going into the 12th round, I had Usyk up by 1 round. So I thought that Fury needed to win the 12th round to get a draw, or he needed a knockdown or a knockout to win. That's why I'm not upset with the 116-112 score for Usyk, because there were some swing rounds in there. And in the swing rounds that I gave to Tyson Fury, I felt like Fury did the better work early, but Usyk closed the rounds well. So Usyk won the last few seconds of the round decisively, and I think that left a lasting impression in the judge's mind. Like, the way you close a round is important, and I think Fury did a poor job of closing some of these close rounds, and I think that edged it to Usyk. Plus, Usyk is the champion. Usyk is the guy with all the hardware. So you know what they say. A lot of people say close rounds go to the champ, and you factor in it's a close round. Usyk's the champ, and he closed the round well. Although Fury did most of the work throughout the round, and I felt like he put the pressure in the swing rounds. You know, you can't argue with Usyk winning. To me, it was a very close fight. There was some swing rounds, like Michael Buffer said. That each judge scored it the same, but they didn't give their scorecards weren't identical. They gave different rounds, and there were swing rounds in there. But Fury saying that he was robbed, to me, is a stretch. Even on my scorecard, which was very generous for Tyson Fury, apparently, because some of my followers and some of my peeps on Twitter, they were saying that I was corrupt. They were saying that I was corrupted with my scorecard. But I gave Fury some swing rounds, and I still had him down going into the 12th round. And I gave Fury the 12th round. And there's some people who gave Usyk the 12th round, which to me is one of those swing rounds, right? You heard what Frank Warren was upset about, saying that nobody gave Fury a round. Well, one judge didn't give Fury a round, one of the last 6 rounds. So it was an interesting fight. They're both highly skilled. But to me, based on everything, if a guy had to win that fight, to me, Usyk is the one who could win the fight, because swing rounds that I gave to Tyson Fury could have gone to Usyk, which would justify a 116-112 score, although I had it 114-114. I had Fury down going into the 12th round. So there's no way I could justify or make an argument that Fury won the fight. So that's where I stand on the fight. As far as performance goes, now, if you watch the video that I made where I did the preview, I stated I thought that Fury was on his back foot too much. I thought he moved around, and it took a lot from his gas tank. And I thought he needed to stand his ground more, try to take the center of the ring, use his reach, and then use his weight to smother Usyk when Usyk got inside. Fury did all of those things. He did all of those things, and it still wasn't enough. And you just got to tip your hat to Usyk, because Usyk is very intelligent. He can adapt. And the one thing that you have to keep in mind is, if I could see those things, I know Usyk can see those things as well. One of the things I said in the preview was that Usyk had to avoid getting hit with the uppercut. Usyk did a great job of eluding the uppercut. And so one of the things that was different was Usyk didn't start unleashing his combinations until Fury started to slow down significantly, right? But that's because Usyk had to be weary of that uppercut. And one of the things I said was Usyk needs to get inside and be efficient. But he can't get greedy, and he can't overthrow, because he's going to give Fury an opportunity to land the uppercut. And Fury didn't land one good uppercut on Usyk. And that to me was one of his best punches of the fight, where it looked like, okay, he didn't like rock Usyk or buzz Usyk, but you could tell Usyk was like, okay, yeah, I can't get hit with that too many times. So Usyk did a great job of switching his game plan and making sure that he fought in a manner in which he made sure he protected himself from the uppercut. Fury kept his hand up and made sure he protected himself from the overhand left. These are two great chess players, two highly skilled boxers. It was high-speed chess. It was very entertaining. And Fury is going to get a lot of flack, and that comes with the territory when you think of like the Furies, his family, John Fury, the stuff he said. He's a polarizing figure. Tyson Fury himself is a polarizing figure. But he really put on a great performance. But it just wasn't enough against Usyk, who was able to adjust, adapt. Usyk never slowed down. Fury slowed down, which brings me to a very important point. My scorecard, Fury was up at the end of 5. Fury had his best round in the 5th round. And you can tell Fury was feeling himself at the end of that 5th round. You can just look at his body language. And then Usyk came out, and just as dominant of a round that Fury had in the 5th round, Usyk had it in the 6th round. Then Usyk proceeded to win the 7th round, and then he proceeded to win the 8th round. And to me, that's the stretch where the fight was won for Oleksandr Usyk. Tyson Fury had a good 5th. Usyk came, regained control of the fight in the 6th. Then he took the 7th. Then he took the 8th. Usyk knows this, and I pointed this out against Anthony Joshua, and I mentioned that in the review video. If you watched it, if you have a good round against Usyk, if you have a dominant round against Usyk, you have to know he's going to answer the bell in the next round. When Anthony Joshua had a good round against Oleksandr Usyk in their 2nd fight, I believe it was the 9th round, the 10th round, Usyk came out and asserted himself and took the play back. The same happened with Fury. After Fury had a good round against Usyk in their 1st fight, Usyk came back, took control, and then hurt Fury, and then regained control of the fight. And you saw it happen again. I don't know what's next for Usyk. He can retire if he wants. He can do whatever he wants. But if Usyk continues to fight, and you see whoever fights Usyk next, they need to know if you have a good round, a dominant round, you must win that next round. It's not enough to win one round and dominate Usyk for one round. That's not going to place doubt in his mind. Usyk knows, okay, I just had a bad round. Accountability. He's smart enough to, and he's realistic enough to say to himself, I just had a bad round. I gave that one away. Like, you know how some fighters, their ego is so crazy. Like, I hate when I watch a fighter obviously lose a round and they go, who won that round in the corner? You mean to tell me you can't be honest enough with yourself to say I lost that round? You don't know you lost. You go to that corner, you don't know you lost that round. So Usyk knows he lost that 5th. So he goes to the corner and he's like, there's no way I can let him win the 6th, because if I let him win the 6th, now he's really going to get confident. And it's not just about Fury getting confident, it's you losing confidence. Usyk now needs to go out there and make sure he gets that round so he can prove to himself, I'm still in control of this fight, and he can place the doubt on Fury like, man, I just had this good round and this dude just came out and elevated his level. So that's what it's about. And that's what makes Usyk great, because like it's more than just boxing with him. It's the mind, it's the understanding. Like, you know, one of the things Fury had over all his other opponents was he won the mind games, but he couldn't win the mind games with Usyk. Even in the fight, he couldn't win the mind games with Usyk. You can see Usyk was just a step ahead of him every single time. And, you know, what made the fight close is Fury's size advantage, his reach advantage, his weight advantage. And Fury is highly skilled with all of that. And that's what made the fight close. If they were the same size, same weight, same, I don't know if Fury makes it out of past the 9th round. I don't know. But with all that being said, the answer to the question is an obvious no. Tyson Fury wasn't robbed. But in today's day and age, it's just tough for people to say, good fight, but my guy lost. Like, what you could do back in the days. I mean, there was sometimes people would scream robbery, but this was no robbery, man. It was a great fight. I was entertained. Fury's highly skilled. Fury showed he still has a lot of fight in him if he wants to continue. Fury showed that, like, he's a great boxer, man. That's another problem with today's society. You lose and everyone acts like everything you did was trash. Nah, man, Fury put on. Fury put on. Fury put on. Like, Fury made the adjustments. He tried a new game plan. He went in there to hurt Usyk. He went in there to win. He went in there to win. But there are signs that Fury's just not gonna be accountable. Like, he said he was never hurt in the fight. Like, I saw it looked like he got hurt a few times. And he has the marks on his face. He's like, these are just little marks. But, like, I didn't get hurt in, you know. And then on the flip side, Usyk is like, hey, look, Fury, 24 rounds, he's incredible. Like, he's a great boxer. Usyk's just giving him his props because Usyk knows what's up. Plus, I never understood people who run down their opponents when you have that's just dumb in itself. But I do believe that Tyson Fury is a great boxer. And I just believe that Usyk is a better boxer because he's an all-time great boxer, which is what we're going to get into in the next segment. But let me know how you scored the fight. What's your position on it? What did you think of AI judging 118, 112? Do you think AI is the better judge? I don't know. But either way, thank you for watching. You can listen to this on Caden's Kerfuffle, which is a podcast for this channel, and it's on all major streaming services. Thank you for watching this video. It's Caden. I'm out. Peace.